How many times have you asked for signs to the universe? How many times were you like, what am I supposed to do? What is happening to me right now? And you wanted answers, but you didn't pay attention to the signs. The signs are there everywhere. The thing is the way that they manifest each other. Like you ask a question and it could be manifested in a person that comes and tells you something when you are at the store. It could be manifested into an animal that you see. It might be a bird, it might be a rabbit, it might be anything, and you have no idea. You might see even an ad on a bus, you might see a certain flower over and over. When this happen, it's because you are getting the answers, but you're not either paying attention or you're just not aware of them. Yesterday, literally, I was crying and literally talking to God and saying, God, what is going on with me? Why do I feel like I'm giving so much to others, but I'm not receiving? And I feel like I'm not showing up enough for myself. And literally, I asked these questions crying, and I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna get the answer because I actually expect God to show up in a certain image and tell me, well, Tammy, the reason this is happening is because you did this and this and this or whatever, right? So I was like, all right, I'm gonna show up for myself. I'm going to record my videos. And literally, I record at a different house my videos too. And you're gonna notice that some videos look like I'm in a different spot in the houses. In the other house, I record in front of the mirror. I was about to take action. And guess what I see through the window? I see this hummingbird flying by to a water feeder that we have that was empty and rusty and old. And I was like, oh, that little hummingbird needed water. And I felt like bad for the hummingbird and also felt bad that how dare I have that hummingbird feeder there empty, rusted, and old. And everything felt like an answer right in my face. So the hummingbird doing that situation right when I was about to take action meant you can give to others, Tammy, as you like to. I always like showing up for my team. I like showing up for my husband. I like showing up for my family. I like showing up for people that are out there, like could be a waitress or somebody that invites me to their own gallery or anything. I show up for them. But what happens? Sometimes I forget to show up for myself. Entonces, so I was about to record my video, about to take action. It was like, Tammy, you can give to each others, but first you need to make sure that your source is full, that your cup is full. So go and feed yourself. And I was like, oh my God. And the fact that my feeder was old, which I was trying to be a person that was from the past. I was literally having thoughts from the past, doing things the old ways, and that doesn't work anymore. The the feeder was empty. Like I was feeling kind of empty, like, oh my God, I'm giving so much for other people, but I'm not showing up enough for myself. And then restlessness means that I have to change things and I have to come up with something fresh. And I was like, okay, so this makes so much sense. Of course, I purchased another bird feeder that right now I have to go pick it up. But at the same time, I'm thinking, all right, I have to show up much more for myself so that I can show up for each other. If I want more independence, I have to show up for myself and do what I'm pursuing, my career, my dreams. If I'm not doing any of that, how do I expect to do for the other people too, right? Many people are in their dreams, but at the same time they're doing something for others. Like many people are famous and literally are sharing an important message like mental health, like so many things, like traumas, and the way they see life, their perspective, but they know that they have a voice. They know that they're going to be heard. So if they're going to be heard, they have to give the right message. What you need to know is that we are in a generation right now. Our generation is about to take off, and we need to be the leaders of this generation and change the world. Things have changed. The things that 50 years ago worked don't work now anymore. A lot of people can work from home now, can record their videos from home. 50 years ago, you had to literally like go to a place where they had the cameras because phones didn't exist. So now things are easier and we need to take up. We need to take that space. We need to own this that is new, that these things are new. And a lot of people from the other generations, so 50 years ago, they were working on making the cameras. They were working on making the computers, to making all these things that now we're overwhelmed by all the abundance that we have, because abundance is our birthright. And so we need to believe that this is true. Things that work the old ways do not work now. So you need to trust that if you show up for yourself, if you show up with different routines, different habits, different beliefs, instead of living, oh, I'm going to have to work on a job my whole life and be miserable for 60 years old. Hey, that's a rusty, old, empty hummingbird water feeder. You need to change it for something fresh, because we've been working on this. And the past generations have been working for you to today have a computer, have better access, and have an easier life. We are evolving all the time. Listen to the signs, listen to yourself, listen to your body. You need to pay attention. Ask the questions, ask the questions to yourself, and they will manifest as a person, as a sign, as an animal. It could be anything. In my case was a water feeder, and it gave me this, literally, this lesson that I want to share with the whole world. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but at least I'm showing up. Showing up for myself, to me, means showing up for others too. So when you bring value, you're doing the right thing. You're on the right path. I hope that you understand this message, and I hope that you really can see the signs and that you ask these questions for yourself. Thank you so much for tuning into this video, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.